Kingz in Konversation.
What?
Time for hateration.
Time for hate. We already got too much hateration. What?
No time
It's
for
a celebration.
No, it's no time for hateration.
No.
It's a celebration.
Nuts. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Kingz in Konversation. Okay, so last week was a little emotional, but we are in a much, much better place now. I do want to thank everyone for all of the love and the kindness that our last few videos have received. You all have been amazing. We have heard from people literally all over this world, as far as South Africa. That's probably the furthest I think that I remember getting a DM from. So it's just something about the power of truth. So we're getting ready to talk about the Real Housewives of
Potomac.
We're getting ready to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. And we're catching up with episodes 6 and 7. Wow. So things are kind of getting a little juicy. Mm-hmm. All the girls are at Monique's house.
And let me just say, I know last week I said I didn't really like the house. I like the house.
Oh, I saw the back of
it.
And said,
yeah, I like the house. The house is nice.
I like it anyway.
I like the house. I like the land that it's on.
Yes.
It's all, nice and
right.
chilled. I like it. So
but
totally
just
agree
in case
with you.
any of y'all is just tuning in for the first time, this Mocha, this Mike, I'm Enrique. Because Mike jumped right in.
I keep forgetting that we have to introduce ourselves.
You forgot that the other week.
Did I?
Yeah, and I wanted to point it out, but I was like,
always point it out.
I was like, fuck.
But so, we're at Monique's house. Episode 6, called The Text Heard Around the World.
The what?
Text Heard Around the World.
The Text Heard Around the World.
That was the name of the episode.
Oh, that's right, because in this particular episode, ironically, Candace gets a text. But let me say this.
Let's back up a little.
Well, okay. Let's back up a lot.
Well,
that's at the end of the episode.
Right.
But okay, because we're talking about episode 6. But let me say this. I do like the house now, too, and I like the pool. I think the pool and the levels in the back really gives the house some, real, character. That's the best way.
That's the best word.
Yeah, because I definitely was expecting something different.
I liked it from the first time I saw it. Yeah, that was y'all being hard on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be hard.
And I actually liked Monique.
Got another good look at it.
Yeah.
So,
again, I think it was for me. It was the back. But I want to say this. I was happy that Candace showed up.
Yeah, she's been showing a lot a
I think so
she's
too.
Been showing a lot of growth. And you remember,
Monique had me pissed.
Yeah, I so you hear me say liked. Because these last 2 episodes, I've kind of had a few other.
And I was riding with Candace the whole time. Yeah.
Wow. I was very proud of her. I was happy to see. Wendy come because I think Wendy
needed to.
I'm sorry. I just believe Wendy is good for this show.
She is.
Yeah.
I love what she brings. I love that she is authentically a PhD. And I love, again, that she's a chocolate girl because it just brings that level of balance to the show. And then she's pretty. I already said what I didn't like about that confessional look, but outside of that, this girl has been slaying.
These new confessional looks are
right.
And now that you're always on them, I'm always looking to see what they're gonna do.
Candace is kicking ass.
No.
Okay.
It changed.
It did. this last episode, and I know we're jumping around a little bit. Episode 7
with this
that was too much hair.
That was her pageant hair.
It was pageant hair.
That was her pageant hair.
Looked.
She's a pageant girl. That was her pageant hair. You
a mess.
You want to be able to see her damn tracks? You
all
want
it was the brown version of what Karen has been wearing. Because Karen been wearing it to this side. Now Karen's got to this side.
I liked it.
Karen looks like Cruella de Vil, but she's killing it.
But the mayonnaise on her eyes.
I agree.
I just don't like. I liked her in this last episode.
Right.
She was kind of chill, but normally I really don't be feeling Karen.
I still don't. So, okay.
But it takes a minute to kind of really get into Karen, but I promise you, like, Karen is really the grande dame. When she says that, she says it a lot, but really,
Karen gives me fake. Like,
yes.
Well,
she gives me old in title.
Exactly. That's what it is. And she felt like for many seasons that she didn't have to go into the struggles of her and her husband's marriage. So this season, she has no choice because first their financial situations that they went through in past seasons, and then they went through other things where he was liking this other girl in past seasons. And
it didn't take her till she got dropped before she really just started speaking up and speaking out. Because she told it.
And she was just like,
and then got up the next morning and denied it.
What are you talking about?
I said, look at this bitch. I said, she can't even own up to the fact that she was
I want to speak on something that was mentioned in episode 7 about Giselle and Robin's relationship.
Okay.
Because they try to make it as if Robin is Giselle's puppet.
Uh-huh.
That's how they try to make it. They was like, oh, you're leaving Robin? Like, wow. Like,
she was like, Robin a grown woman.
Right. But that's how they try to
make it. And so you're smiling like that because
that's how you feel?
That's how you feel because you watched.
Because I've watched it from the beginning. And the true part about that is that it comes off that way. Do I think Robin has her own mind? Yes. Do I think she's a boss? Yes. Do I think that she's amazing? Yes. But if there was not a Giselle, there would be no Robin on this show. And that's just honest.
I can't really call
she's pretty, she's cute, but they call them the light-eyed bandits. They keep up the drama. And I'm telling you,
I don't really think.
Oh, you ain't seen it yet.
Okay.
Because believe me, one season, Monique threatened to choke Robin. And Robin was like, I want to see you do it. And Monique was like, I will choke you with this umbrella. Robin was like, I want to see you do it. But then Monique calmed back down because she knew Robin was going to beat that ass. So she left that alone, and they kind of...
Robin, she from Baltimore.
Down.
Baltimore.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. Her love for her man is they love each other.
Yeah, it's like Juan, right?
Juan. And they went through so much, they lost so much, but now they're like rebuilding it, and it's like everything. So
we saw that they had a pageant.
They did.
For Ashley and Candace, which
I
thought
didn't even know
really
Ashley
cute.
was a pageant girl.
Yes, she is.
I didn't know that until they showed the picture. I was like, wow. I said, so that's how she met him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a cute little house pageant. It was cute.
Yeah, it was real cute. I mean, for us,
how she met who? When you say him, let's make sure we're clear. Who we talking about? What's his name? Mike Darby. I want to make sure we put that out there because we got
to talk about. Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yes.
Her husband. Okay.
But the pageant was really, 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 really cute. I did agree with her that the talent portion should have been more authentic.
Right.
And even though her twerking wasn't authentic, Candace has sang Happy Birthday on every season.
Every
like 4 or 5 times.
At least give me another song.
And she's always sung to Monique.
Oh.
Every season. Wow. And it's just so much. You be sitting there like, this is crazy. Okay, Candace sounds horrible singing.
I don't think so.
Yes,
I don't think she sounds horrible.
Let me tell you, on this show,
singing through her nose.
In this show, she sounds horrible. But I've been to church where Candace has sung at church, and Candace has wrecked the house.
I think she has an amazing voice.
I've been to church.
Amazing, but
I didn't
in person,
come out of her.
In church, the anointing of God is on her. The oil of God is on her.
We ain't been to church to see that.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so
it's just on this show singing Happy Birthday. She need to let that go.
She didn't have all.
We're gonna fast forward now to the
You're
second competition, which was the pancake off.
Oh right, between Monique and Giselle.
Yeah,
they've been enemies.
Both of them pancakes looked greasy to me.
Well,
they both looked greasy.
It was funny because I was on the fence because I was with Monique because I'm very much the person when I make pancakes, I have to make sure they're perfectly
It looked like they
golden
used the
and they're perfectly
grease
round
instead of vegetable oil.
Yeah, it was.
But my question is, what would you have rather had? What would you rather had? Good looking pancakes or good tasting?
Oh no,
pancakes?
Hold on, before we get there, Candace's assessment of both of them was dead on.
I agree. I agree.
Absolutely. She said that.
The pancakes represent them.
To a T.
Aesthetically, Monique's pancakes look good on the outside, but had nothing on the inside.
What bland?
Just flour and water.
The presentation wasn't
that great, but it's real good. Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
But that is the truth about Giselle, though. I told y'all when she was the first lady, people did not like her. Like, she had this reputation in Baltimore that, you know, she was messy. And honestly, I think she was just going through a lot of hurt with Pastor Jamal.
Right.
And when women and men, when we go through things with people, it's hard to fake the funk, especially if you're a real type of person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now that she's in a better place, what you see, I honestly think this is her. Yeah, so that was dope.
I'm starting to like her.
So how did you all feel? I love Giselle too.
Well, I don't love her.
No, I love her.
Yo, but did y'all see her new pictures from her 50th?
She's beautiful, and I'm really, she's growing on me.
All I can
Because
do,
I think Giselle starts a lot of mess, and she's behind a
I
lot
don't
of
think
mess.
she
and
That's her
it.
job,
she
though.
up the mess. But you a first lady, though.
No, she's not a first lady yet. And see, that was the thing. She could not be herself. That's why she wrote that book. She could not be herself as a first lady because people had high expectations. Now, you know, 15 years later,
she's not
times have
first lady
changed.
No,
she's not. They're not married yet.
She didn't get back with
No,
them.
they're just back together smashing and working it out.
So they're screwing,
Yes.
but they're not married.
You know what?
Now, we don't know this for
That
sure.
would be so funny, man. He said so hard on everything.
So
He
they're
said screwing.
because
Yeah, ask me my opinion. Ask me my opinion.
So listen, let me get an understanding. I don't want to just throw nothing out there.
I
It's
am.
out there now.
I know, because I don't know.
Who don't believe?
So listen. They're not married.
No, they're not legally married.
They haven't been remarried.
And they have not been remarried.
And he's the pastor of Newburgh.
Down.
Okay.
Killing it. Killing it.
And you believe that they are.
Listen.
Clock,
I believe
clock,
this is what I believe it sounds like when they together.
Macaroni in a pot. Macaroni.
You can't listen. You can't tell me Pastor Jamal ain't hitting that. And guess what? I don't think any of his members care. I don't think any of his elders care. I don't think nobody cares. Everybody is happy that he is with one person.
He just got one pot.
I'm down. But
he only with one pot of greens.
And then guess what? And then they might be bold where they have people come in. Listen.
See,
okay,
you know
so we going on to the rest of the guests.
Yeah, let's talk.
I didn't say that was for sure. That was just,
you always find a way to throw. Jesus. You find a way.
Because most preachers I know are freaks.
So back to what I was saying.
Let me ask you this. Hold on 1 second.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
Me and you both been raised in the church.
We have.
You too, Enrique.
From baby up.
How many preachers you know are wholesome? Now, I mean, come on, be honest. I'm not talking about none of our parents because we don't want to put our parents in that. I'm talking about the preachers outside of our parents. How many of y'all know that are wholesome? Only sexing one person.
So in episode
Thank
7.
you. No, we got to hit that one last point of 6, though. Wendy confronts Ashley about bringing the baby.
No, she didn't. She
confronted her.
No, it wasn't really right. It wasn't the confrontation.
It was a confront.
She wanted clarity, I think, and then I appreciated the way she came back to apologize, even though Ashley had to apologize for her to apologize.
I still like how they did that and how they made up.
Was Wendy right?
Wendy was.
Go ahead.
No.
I think
she was right, but like Monique said, Ashley expressed that she wanted to bring her baby. Wendy could have expressed the same thing. So you
Wendy
can't
was
get
feeling
mad.
a little crunchy because it made her feel like she wasn't really doing what she needed to be doing with little Cameron. You know what I'm saying? So she
felt that mom guilt.
Let me go back for anybody who watches the show, who's watched this season, and I said this on another review. When she first met her, she said, "Oh, you're a new mom. Oh, you'll get past that."
She did say that.
So you can't get mad when this girl, the new mom, wants to be around her baby, and you're
right.
So now you're playing victim, and I love Wendy.
Right.
But you're playing victim to say, "Oh, they're trying to downplay the fact that now you're playing victim because they're only going by what you said."
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But can I tell you this, Wendy? Kudos, because you definitely secured your spot for next season. Because she showed that she could bring it.
Yep.
But then she also showed that she could pull it in. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what you really need.
I like Wendy. She's actually my favorite.
But can I tell y'all?
She's one of my favorite on the show.
Oh, her husband is everything.
I love them together.
When they walked in,
but you know what else? And I can honestly say this. You know, I'm very pro-black. I'm very pro-black, and anybody that knows me knows
Please
that
talk
I am
about
pro-black,
it.
But I think Candace's husband is sexy.
Hey,
that is
especially with the cap on.
White man. That is a sexy white man.
No one can convince me that man is white. We
all
already
that
heard
sauce
he
and
has a
swag.
brown penis. That came out in another season. Yes, it did. Candace told everybody he has a brown penis. So whatever he doing, that nigga walked up in there. Yes, I said nigga.
He was
okay.
fine.
With them jogging, them sweats on.
He's so sexy.
I said,
okay, well, since we're on husbands, let's talk about Monique's husband, who I think
let's walk careful because Monique watches King in Conversations, and she don't want no one talking about her husband.
I think he disregards
and I ain't
her
gonna talk
feelings.
about.
I don't care. I said what I said.
No, go ahead. What do you say?
I think he's very dismissive to her feelings.
He is.
He's very dismissive, and I empathize with her a lot because I'm looking at her face when she's on the phone with him. And
yes.
You married her, you've been with her, so you know that when it comes to her birthday, she wants you to make a big deal. You know,
right.
And it's like a lot of things that she has to deal with when it comes to him. I'm looking like,
right.
Okay, again, I know this is reality TV. I know it's edited in a certain way. Only you and your husband know your lives.
Right.
But from what I'm seeing, I think that he isn't as supportive of you in your totality as so much as he is financially.
I agree.
Because he always says,
as long as he gives the money.
Right, that's what I said, financially, because he's very much I did this, and it ain't all about that sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes it's the simple things. Now, I do appreciate the fact that he brought her the surprise for her birthday. That was very, 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 very sweet. But I saw her face when she was on the phone with him, and everything just dropped. But in retrospect to that, Monique is a control freak.
Yes, she is.
And she's spoiled.
And very entitled.
And you got to let that man be a man now.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, that's a alpha big man. He paying all the bills. He bringing in all the money. She getting dick on a regular. Like, she get whatever.
Shit in the
she got the bird flying out through the house and shit.
You know, like, damn, what more, the bathroom.
What more do she want? Like, I mean, come on. Like, he listens to her. They have conversation. Like, he may need to brush up a little bit on the.
But he's still a good man
he's
overall.
He's a good man, and he's a good husband, and he's handling shit.
And I think sometimes men in relationships, we just got to learn skills to be better partners. It doesn't mean that we don't have good intentions. It's just skills to be better partners because you're right.
Do my breath stink?
Let me smell.
Not today.
Because if it do, I'll tell you. Let me see.
Well, how you gonna tell him that?
Just blow over here. Oh, okay.
I'm just feel like I feel like I got caught.
Let me tell you something. I want y'all to be honest. If my breath stink, tell me. We can put it on pause.
It ain't your breath I smell. But so like I was saying.
What else you smell?
You talking to me or Mike?
No, it's like the mic.
Oh my God.
What you smell?
I'm just being funny for real.
But you said not this week, so it stank last week.
No, fool.
That's what you said.
I know what I said. You know I would have told you, Mark. You have to sit in the car with me in close quarters. I would have told you.
Back to these husbands.
I am very, yeah.
Yeah. Back to these husbands, though. I agree. Monique's husband could do better. I think all the husbands really could do better, including Pastor Jamal. I think that all of them are married to strong women. I want to point this out about Ashley. Ashley is probably one of the most realest persons on the show, except for when it comes to her marriage and
accepting what's going on.
Okay, so we're gonna dive into that,
right?
And I've been thinking, how would I approach this? Because I'm very big on not telling people what they should do in their relationship, what I would do because as I've always said, you don't know unless you're in that situation.
Exactly.
I think she loves this man so much and so hard that she's blinded by the things that he does, and knowing now that she's on baby number 2.
I know.
With this man,
congratulations,
unless she has accepted everything that he's bringing to the table, she's never going to be happy.
Okay. Go ahead, Mo, because I'll give you a backstory.
I think it's more psychological than anything.
You know what I'm saying? Dig in that.
I do, because whenever, there's a white and a black together, psychologically, black people in general, this is just from what I see on the outside looking in. I could be wrong, but it just seems like they are always so submissive to them, and they're always blindsided by so many things, and they allow them to, dominate so much of their life and get away with so much. Wow. I see it in the workplace. I see it in the relationships, you know what I'm saying? Even at work, you know what I'm saying? We will take so much crap from the white managers versus what we'll take from the black managers.
Right.
The white manager can say, hey, I need you to do this, that, and we're going to, yes, sir.
Right.
Black manager come along and say, I need you to
hey, bro.
What? Well, I ain't got, damn, I'm so tired. And y'all going to work the hell. And so to me, it's the same way in relationships and interracial relationships. I feel that it's something psychological going on.
Right.
You know, with that white and black thing.
Okay.
That's just what I see.
Funny story. The thing that I'm filming right now, there are some white people in the actual movie, and it was said to production to get the white people done first, so that they could rap first. And
what purpose?
When I asked the person in charge, why was that so? Oh, because Corona's going on and they don't want to be around people. So we want to be around people.
Wow.
So it transcends in everything. So I get exactly what you're saying, but
so Ashley's father, who was not in her life and who has publicly rejected her on this show in past seasons, she went to his door, knocked on his door. He shut the door in her face. She was on the steps begging him to accept her, see her, just look at me, let me look at you, let me see you. He would not. He has publicly rejected her, right?
Is he?
He's white.
Okay.
Down.
Okay.
That's why you dug in that right. Okay. So then she marries a man who is around the same age as her father, who even looks like, according to her father's sister, who even looks like her father. And when she got with Mike, being the man he was, a successful businessman, wanted a pretty wife as a beard. That's my personal opinion. That did not, okay, right? So Ashley is young and cute and perky and a pageant girl. He marries her for whatever reasons, which I see in the next episode. They're going to talk about having an open marriage, but for whatever reasons, in the prenup, she would not get anything if they were married less than 5 years without a baby. Now that Ashley got this baby, she walks away with 50% of everything.
So what happens when she has a baby now too?
She walks away with, I think it's a higher percentage. I think it's 60 or 70% or whatever. She walks away with so much more. Ashley is a boss.
Yeah, I got you.
She is setting this up for her great, because she already wants kids. So that's, it is what it is. But she's setting this up for her and her kids to be okay. We saw at the end of episode 6 that Candace ironically got this text from her homegirl who was at the casino. I've been to that casino before, so I know about it, right? Where evidently Mike Darby said that he has because there's a reason. Mike Darby said that he has a boyfriend and a wife. Now, in past seasons, this man has touched men's asses.
And he's allegedly.
No.
I know it. I'm just...
You keep saying alleged. I won't say that because we don't want to get sued, so you're right. He has been confronted. He has had charges pressed against him. He has been to court, all kinds of stuff. And now it comes out that he's now in a casino talking about he has a husband. A boyfriend and a wife.
And he's drunk, so you know the truth is there.
Down. We open up with episode 7. Candace has to tell about, she told Giselle. Which to me was a good move though.
Because that's the big sister.
Right.
Giselle always in some shit.
But she has to be.
She always in some shit, and she always got to be the one to.
She the big sister.
She has to be. Who we gonna get, Karen?
Well, no.
Karen too messy.
Why
That's messy.
I guess.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
I guess you're right, because she couldn't have went herself,
right,
and talked to
because
her.
of what was going on. She needed a confidant, and there was nobody else in that group she could go to. And I loved the approach because if she was being messy, and I don't care what nobody
say. It was really, really beautiful the way they did.
If Monique kept trying to say, "Oh no, it's messy," if she was being messy, she could have brought that up, because the type of show that it is, she could have easily said, "Here's my phone, girls, look."
Monique was pissed because she wasn't included in that conversation.
Exactly. Again, because Monique is a control freak, and when things do not go Monique's way, like she gets an attitude. And that's why Giselle was like, you know, we could be planning something, you know, going outside. And she was taking her time because she wanted to be a part of whatever was going on. So once...
Trying to act like she couldn't find the marshmallows.
Exactly. So once they confronted her, the way they did it, good energy, good spirit, I felt
even
all
Candace's
love.
body language, you could just see that she was...
And I just felt it was the right thing to do. I love how Ashley handled it, though.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't deny
She didn't
it.
react or anything. It was like...
She didn't deny it. She just said, I'll talk to him.
But did y'all see her confessional, though?
Mm-hmm.
When she said, you know, we've been through things before, so, you know, she's like, I have to deal with it.
I feel so bad for her.
I don't.
I
don't.
I feel bad for her.
I don't.
Why come not?
Because when you are on... Okay, let's talk about the little local reality shows we have here in Atlanta. You can't do shit without people looking at everything you do. You knew you were on this show. I'm not even worried about Ashley. Mike Darby, you knew you was on this show. Why would you even go anywhere without security, without protection? You know what I'm saying?
Well, Giselle said that. She said, Mike Darby, you're known. And you're right here in your home city. And you're doing this. The part that
because
F with me was that this wife, your wife is with this child that you pushed with her, made her take the baby with you.
He feel like he can.
Exactly. And then I'm sorry. Yes, Ashley's a new mom. But why couldn't he keep that baby?
Because he needed to go out and get his boyfriend and his triple.
Thank you.
And he got it. I don't care what he say.
Yes, he did. And how many of y'all, I'm sorry, I believe that he was cheating on her. I believe that he has a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I believe that Ashley knows about it.
I believe that after August Alstina and Jada and Will, Mike Darby's boyfriend is going to be in the entanglement.
Exactly.
It's going to come out.
It's going to come out.
Whatever's done in the dark comes to the light, my brother.
And when you act, what I've learned about reality shows, especially with the Housewives franchise, whoever cuts up the most the previous season is the one that goes through the most the next season. Ashley defended this man. Like, I would have rather for Ashley to be like, listen, we in an open marriage. If you want to have sex with dudes, let him do it. Instead of sitting there, he didn't do it. Well, that's my man. I believe him.
I think that was because sometimes some of your private life you want to remain private. Because as you just said, she knows. She knows. Because her reaction on this shit again, that's kind of how it went. No, seriously, she's like, none of these hoes finding out I got dealing with this shit. So,
and she can't hide it.
No.
Right.
She cannot hide it. And she cannot act like it's not there. She has to deal with it. And she has to deal with it publicly, regardless whether she wants to or not. Right. So I did see where Candace really did try to make all the girls feel comfortable. But what I don't like is that the way she's attacking Monique, there's underlying issues and everybody can see it. And they may not know. I'm sorry. The way that Monique is attacking Candace. Please forgive me. Yeah. The way that Monique is attacking Candace, after Monique is trying to make everybody comfortable, it really is in poor taste. Instead of her just being mature.
And having a conversation.
Mm-hmm. You know.
But that's because she's still mad at her for her inviting Sharice.
Then deal with that.
Exactly.
Right. Well,
even that, if that's the case, then you shouldn't have invited her to your house.
Period.
Because when it's almost like the vampire thing.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
Anybody you want in your house, you don't invite them to your house. So if she didn't want her there, even with it being on the show, she can't come. I don't care. She cannot.
Period.
Come. And she just left it at that. I do want to talk about something really quick. I can't remember what it was. Oh, them talking about Ashley's rectum. It bothers me, and it bothers me because. I made her. No. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Because Wendy said, you broke. Your husband got money. You don't have money, so you broke, and your booty hole broke. So you broke.
She said you ain't got no money. She said, yeah, that's what she said.
But my thing is, if I tell you something about me, you can't use that as ammunition against me. And
but that conversation. She said it in confessional.
No. Ashley said it here. She said at the table.
That's right.
She's continuously said it, so you can't try to use something against me that I gave you.
When she was vulnerable.
Because I'm telling you,
that's what you. Ain't nothing fair in reading.
No, I'm just saying.
But when someone reveals their vulnerabilities, that is not the time to use that.
Well, it's bad taste, but when it's reading going on and you cutting, that's how you cut.
See, and that's why I be popping off. That's why I'm in therapy.
That's why you got to be careful what you say.
That's how I feel about
when you
Karen
get into it with somebody, ain't no rules.
I feel the same way because Karen wear a lot of ugly shit too. but she want to sit and talk about Giselle's clothes being in poor taste. And I'm like, if that's what she chose to spend her money on, then. And
I want to find out what she got against Wendy, because I see some very light skin against.
Because Wendy is actually trying. Wendy actually tries, and Karen snobs her. Karen snobs her.
I love it.
See it,
and I'm glad you heard that, because that's important.
When she made that comment about her doing something, you see Miss Thing when she gonna pop the cork and
Karen,
yeah.
And every time the cameras on,
she don't like her. She don't like her.
She views her as competition. That's why.
I agree.
I need them to go ahead
and then one of the things about Karen always loves to talk about how successful Ray is, and Ray is successful. I don't want to take that away from him.
He's successful,
and he ain't feeling her. He ain't feeling her.
He's over her. And we talked about that.
Feeling her.
Yeah, he's over her.
He ain't feeling her.
He is definitely over her.
Yeah.
And I think he's over what is now important to her, like this show.
Mm-hmm.
This is her platform. This is what she's probably waited her whole life for. And now that she has it, and
she feels like she deserved it. You heard what she said. She got drunk. She said, "I need my return." She said, "I used a lot of money and invested a lot of money to help him with that tax situation." And she was like, "I need my return."
She said she paid half.
Yeah, and she had 9 shots that night, 9 shots of Fireball, and she told it.
So
y'all saw her.
So if I was Ray, after I saw that episode,
I would be done.
Yes, because
I would be done.
As my wife, there is no me and you. So you don't sit and you don't tell me I did this for you to get out of tax evasion. No, you were there when I got into this.
I felt the Holy Ghost.
Shut up.
So this is what I do when I feel the Holy Ghost.
Where the ushers at? Somebody come fan them.
Again, that bothered me. That's why I said Karen is my least favorite on the show.
She's cutting up. I totally agree. All of these girls, and see, you would think if these girls had maybe a little bit more insight, and maybe if production, because we learned when Antir was here how production gets into their ears, that these girls need each other right now. One thing I love about Monique's husband was, listen, the girls are going to do what they're going to do, but we're going to stay up here. Yeah. And Chris is good friends with, Monique's husband.
I think his name.
Ray seemed real out of place. He did.
I mean, that's granddad.
Exactly.
What, Chase is it? Is it Chase?
Who's Chase?
Monique's husband? Is it Chase?
Oh my God, his name.
It's going to hit me as soon as we done. I keep wanting to say T'Challa. I am not lying.
That's the bird, bitch.
That's right.
That's more her man than her husband.
Yeah. And then Wendy's husband is so smooth, so much swag.
Yeah.
Just he came in like an African king.
Yes.
He carries himself.
And what else I love?
Very smoothly.
Wendy and her husband, and I can't think of his name either. Wendy and her husband, they came in honest.
Yeah.
We have problems with our mothers.
Yeah.
Your mother don't like me. I love, if you're going to be on a reality show,
you got to give your own reality.
That's right.
Because if you don't give it, somebody else will.
You better tell your tea before somebody else tells.
Definitely. Well, listen, we hope that you have enjoyed our review about the Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 6 and episode 7. We are super excited to see where these girls are going to go. We do know that the fight is getting ready to come between Candace and Monique. I am sad in my heart about it, but I'm excited to see what's getting ready to happen.
I just want to see what's about to happen with Mike and Ashley. We know they're still together because she's pregnant, but I want to see how that played out.
I want to see.
Went out to eat
me too.
I want to see how he got out there because he said, well, something happened.
He said something happened, so I just want to know.
Yeah, I want to know how he got out.
And now there's pictures and I remember,
videos.
Yeah, when all of that stuff started coming out. Yeah. And then I'm excited to see how these girls are going to repair this. Because this whole Monique and Candace reminds me of Portia in Kenya. And I really want to see what's going to happen and how this is going to come back together.
Before we end, I do want to say this to all of the women on the show who have kids, whether new kids or older kids.
Right.
Your kids have to watch this show.
Right.
And even if they're babies right now, at some point they're going to see this.
Yep.
So y'all have to be mindful of the things that you're putting out because that goes into the therapy thing and the trauma and the traumatic situations that you're putting these kids in because you want a 15 minutes of fame or some money. It may not even be worth it. It may not even be worth it. So be mindful.
Be mindful.
And that's for anybody that's thinking about doing reality TV. Be very mindful.
Because what you put out there
is out there forever.
And it does not come back. Well, listen, we hope you enjoyed this conversation. Right?
It comes back.
Right. It does not go away. Please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Right? We here at the Kingz of Conversation, we love you and we appreciate you all so much.
And if y'all want to know why we stopped doing lunch on us, it's because y'all wasn't doing right.
Down.
When y'all start doing right, we're going to go back to feed y'all.
We ain't feed
And we got the budget for it. We just wait until people just do what we ask. Yep. All right. We love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.